Number 9. A producer is creating a video with a length of 70 minutes. The video will consist of segments that are 1 minute long and segments that are 3 minutes long. Which equation represents this situation, where x represents the number of 1 minute segments and y represents the number of 3 minute segments? When we're creating equations with variables, we want to make sure that every single thing in the word problem is being represented and that we're representing it accurately, right? So a good way I find to do that is to kind of think with real numbers. If you're reading this, I know word problems can be problematic for a lot of students. They can, make us go like, what's going on? I get it. So if that is the case for you, something you might try doing is representing this with real numbers. You might say, okay, in this one, we're talking about someone who's making a video and it's 70 minutes long. Okay. And it's going to have segments that are 1 minute long. And it's going to have segments that are 3 minutes long. How would I know what the total number of minutes would be? So let's put aside the 70. Let's just think in the abstract. If I said, okay, I'm making this film that's a compilation film, and it's going to have 6 segments that are 1 minute long and 10 segments that are 3 minutes long. And someone goes, wait, how long is that total? How would we figure that out? Well, if there are 6 1-minute segments, we're counting 1 minute 6 times. So that's multiplication, 6 times 1. So the total number of minutes for those 1 minute segments would be 6 times 1, or 6. And then the total number for the 3 minute segments would be 10 times 3, because there's 10 segments that are each 3 minutes long. How long in total? 10 times 3. And that would be 30 minutes. And then what would we do to figure out the total length of the film? We would add those together. 6 plus 30 would give us 36 minutes total. So look at what we did here. What was the process when we knew what the numbers were? We took the number of segments, we multiplied by the length of time, the length of the segment, and we did that for both. We took the number of segments times the length, and then when we had them, we added them together, and that gave us our total number. That gave us our total length, our total time. Okay, so that's a real world scenario. Now let's look at our word problem here, and let's do this with the more abstract X and Y. Okay, so again, we have 1 minute segments and we have X of them. X represents the number of 1 minute segments. Well, we already said we took the number of segments, we multiplied by the length. All right, so let's do that. The length is 1. We're multiplying by the number of segments, which is X. Okay, then the second one said is Y represents the 3 minute segments. Well, in our example, we took the 3 minute and we multiply by the number. We're going to do that again. So it's 3 minute, we multiply by the number of segments, that's Y. Okay, then what did we do after we did that? We added them together. So I'm going to add those together. And when I added them together, I got the total length of the film. Okay, so what is the total length of the film? It is 70 minutes. So that's our equation. And when it's a 1, like here 1 times x, we don't have to say the 1 because any number times 1 is just that number, right? That's the identity property. I believe that's the correct term. Identity property of multiplication. Any number times 1 is just itself. And so that's it. It's x plus 3y equals 70. And that is D. And again, I'm not saying that you need to write all this out, that it's necessary for you to write this out in order to get to this equation. This is more of a sort of helping you to visualize what's going on and presenting you with a tool that can be helpful if you are finding a particular problem difficult. If you use real numbers in there and go, if I knew the real number of how many segments it was, what would I do? It can often help us figure out what the algebraic equation is that would apply in any scenario by picking one specific scenario. So again, our answer there is D, x plus 3y equals 70. Hey guys, it's Alyssa, and if you're looking for more SAT or PSAT help, go to mathwithalyssa.com. You can get over 25 hours. Yes, 25 hours of test prep, including math and reading and writing. And there's dozens of practice questions, downloadable study guides, you name it. Links to everything in the description down below. Leave me a comment if you have any questions about this video or any suggestions for future videos. And if this video was helpful or useful in any way, please let YouTube know. Like, share, comment, subscribe, you know the drill. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you later. Bye.